So I was reading through my comments the other day, and I realized that I hadn't actually responded to some of them, or I haven't gotten around to it. So I was like, okay, this one's pretty easy. I'll show you how to do it. It's a real like one and done type deal. If you've wondered how exactly people are blasting audio through their mics to play it as if it is their very own mic in a game or some application.
There's an Alex the guard too. Yeah, you're right.
We're both blasting really tough music. Will you follow me in this endeavor of verbal assault?
Oh my god, that's a banger. I remember this.
Is actually remove that radar buster.
We're on the same team.
I'm sorry.
For going on the freeway,
There's...
and when you want to detect.
I'm hearing Nick, it has come from you!
Can y'all shut up before I touch you? Like, good lord. I don't want to hear y'all yap when I'm trying to play.
Awesomeness. Stop
We're really
recording your
both
mic for 5 seconds and just like back it up a bit, you know?
What is up my phone? You're so many people, I bet.
Why? Are they saying something?
Awesomeness, if you don't turn off
Yeah.
your mic, I'm gonna unconsensually touch you. Are you driving a transfer truck?
Where they can actively mess with other people. I'll show you at least one of those ways of doing that. So we're going to go to vbaudio.com. That's vb-audio.com. And I'm going to tell you to download one of these things here. Now, before you actually listen to this random stranger tell you to download something, you should maybe not listen to the random stranger. So let's say I don't know what this is, and I downloaded this because somebody else told me to do it, which is what I did. You shouldn't do that. So you should be absolutely sure what you actually are downloading, what it is. You should know who is making it. You should know what it is. You should know what it will do to your computer. You should probably be using a VPN or a virtual machine. Know what you're doing, okay? Don't just be doing anything for no reason, okay? But to be fully transparent about this, I torrent shit regularly without a VPN, okay? So I don't really wrap my willy, so to speak. However, you definitely should. I'm just saying, like, you know, personally, I'm 90% of the time, I'm just an all-in type of motherfucker, okay? So let's move on. So depending on what you actually want here, you know, take a look. The megabyte difference is hardly anything, but this is 2024 XP to Windows 11, 32 or 64, and this one is the old package. And they also have a Mac one, which is very interesting. I didn't even know they did this for Mac. That's crazy. So they got Windows and Mac. They don't have Linux. So if you have Linux, I don't know. You're gonna have to figure some shit out. I'm sorry. Okay, so in any case, you're going to get a zipped file. You may or may not need 7-zip or WinRAR to unzip this. Let's just do that. I'm gonna do it even though I already have it installed. Why not? Sure. Now you go to the setup or the setup 64, depending on whether or not you have a 32-bit or a 64-bit operating system. If you don't know what that is, that means if you have a 32-bit operating system, you're not going to have 4 gigabytes. You're only going to have 4 gigs of RAM, okay? You're limited. It's not as good as a 64-bit system. So let's do this, 64. Since I already have the driver installed, it's going to say remove driver. Sure, I'll remove the driver. Okay, so it's not actually going to do it. I guess I have to fucking restart. Sure, fine, I'll restart. In any case, once this is done, you are going to have to go to your sound settings. Hold on, let me move that over. You're gonna have to go to your sound settings. This is the part that's very important, which you might not understand. Okay, so we're back in settings. How this works is you're going to see a output and an input. I know it says output is actually input here, but it's just kind of reversed, okay? it makes sense when you think about it. So if we select this one, what you hear in your default device here is actually what is going to be playing. All right, so I found a video, some cyberpunk ambient music thing. Now if we take a look here, the output of this does actually go with the volume here. Okay, so this is, so when you set this as the default thing, it is actually, see how they match up? Now if I set this to my mic, it changes. See what I mean? So if you find a game that allows you to actually not just use the default settings, you could, for example, keep this as the default, but change the output of the game so that you can actually hear the game and play this from your default mic. The trade-off is you won't be able to actually, use your mic, but you can still hear what's in the game and mess with people. So, but not every game allows you to do that. A lot of them will just use these default settings, which is why it's important you have to keep these the way they are, or otherwise this won't work, period. So ideally, a game like that allows you to change the input and output is great, but not every game does that.